It was 6:30 a.m. when Emily pushed open the glass door of Mason's Diner, the little roadside cafe she'd been working at for nearly 5 years. The smell of freshly brewed coffee, sizzling bacon, and toasted bread filled the air, the same comfort she'd grown used to every morning. The same routine. Same regulars. Same tired smile she wore to hide the weight of her overdue bills and her mother's medical appointments. But that morning, like every morning for the past 3 months, Emily's eyes searched the window booth by the door, and there she was again. An elderly woman. Always in the same faded lavender coat, her gray hair tucked neatly into a bun, her gloved hands wrapped around a chipped cup of coffee. She came every day at 7 a.m. sharp, ordered one small black coffee, and stayed quietly for an hour before leaving a $1 tip and disappearing down the street. Emily didn't know her name. But she noticed the little things, the old woman's trembling hands, her worn-out shoes, the way she sometimes stared outside as if waiting for someone who never came. One cold morning, as snow brushed against the diner windows, Emily brought over a plate of pancakes. "It's on the house," Emily said softly. "You look like you could use a warm breakfast." The old woman blinked in surprise. "Oh, no dear, I can't afford." Emily smiled. "Don't worry about it. Just consider it, a kindness from one stranger to another." The woman hesitated, then smiled, the kind that reached her eyes. "Thank you, child. You have no idea how much that means." From that day on, Emily made it a habit, a muffin here, a bowl of soup there. Sometimes they talked. Sometimes they just sat in silence. But slowly, the old woman's smile came a little easier, her eyes a little brighter. One morning, Emily noticed the woman wasn't wearing her gloves. Her hands were raw and red from the cold. Emily quietly slipped her own pair of gloves across the table. The woman's eyes welled up. "You're too kind," she whispered. Emily shrugged. "The world could use a little more of that, don't you think?" Weeks passed. Then one morning, the booth was empty. The lavender coat was gone. Days turned into a week. No sign of her. Emily tried not to worry. Maybe she'd moved, maybe she was visiting family. But in her heart, she felt something wasn't right. Then, one ordinary Tuesday morning, a convoy of black SUVs pulled up outside the diner. The kind that didn't belong in a small town like theirs. 4 men in suits stepped out, all tall, serious, wearing earpieces. The diner went silent. Emily froze as one of them walked straight toward her. "Are you Emily Carter?" Her voice trembled. "Why yes, did something happen?" Before he could answer, another figure entered, a woman in her 40s, elegant and composed, followed by 2 lawyers carrying folders. "I'm here on behalf of Mrs. Evelyn Beaumont," the woman said, her tone warm but formal. Emily blinked. "I don't know who that is." The woman smiled gently. "You might know her as the lady who always sat by the window, wearing a lavender coat." Emily's breath caught. "Wait, you mean?" The woman nodded. "Mrs. Beaumont passed away peacefully last week. She asked us to find you." Emily's knees nearly gave out. "Oh no, she was such a kind soul." The lawyer opened a folder. "Before she passed, she left a handwritten letter and a document. She wanted you to have this." Hands trembling, Emily unfolded the letter. "My dear Emily. In a world that often forgets kindness, you reminded me it still exists. I lost my husband last year and felt invisible until you saw me. You treated me with warmth, not pity. For that, I will forever be grateful. I want you to know something I never told you. My name is Evelyn Beaumont and I own the Beaumont Foundation. I built it to help people who help others. You once told me the world needs more kindness. I agree. That's why I'm leaving you something that will help you spread it. With love, Evelyn." Emily looked up, tears streaming down her cheeks. I don't understand." The lawyer smiled softly. "Mrs. Beaumont has left you a trust fund of $1 million to start your own charity, diner, or project of your choosing. She believed you'd use it well." The diner erupted in gasps. Emily just stood there, speechless, her mind spinning. I don't deserve this," she whispered. The representative stepped closer. "She thought otherwise. She said you gave her something money couldn't buy: dignity and kindness." Emily's hands shook as she clutched the letter to her chest. She thought of all those mornings, the pancakes, the gloves, the small conversations that meant nothing to most people, but everything to one lonely heart. Months later, a new sign hung above the diner door. Evelyn's Place, a diner where kindness is served daily. Meals for seniors and veterans were free. Coffee refills came with conversation. And on one wall, framed behind glass, was the lavender coat, a symbol of how one small act of kindness can ripple through lives in ways we could never imagine. Every morning, Emily would look at it and whisper, "Thank you, Evelyn." Because she finally understood, sometimes the richest people in the world aren't the ones with money. They're the ones who give their heart without expecting anything back. Moral: kindness doesn't go unnoticed. The smallest gesture can become someone's greatest miracle.